Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the invitation to the Jungle Mat, to Ernesto, Camila, and thank you for coming in this challenging day that we call it in initiatic cultures, we call them the sphinxes. The sphinxes are like the pyramid that has the treasure and the chamber of the king. There's a sphinx, the guardian, that they sometimes disguise as a situation or a problem, an obstacle, that it's preserving a treasure. So when there is something valuable, there are sphinxes that filter out the ones who deserve or not the treasure. So congratulations for overcoming the treasure, and if you found this video as well. I'm Santiago Rafael, for the ones who do not know me. I am an ontological coach, health coach, and masters in emotional intelligence and speaking. And anyway, beside any of the qualifications, my personal journey is my qualification. My journey of overcoming autoimmune diseases, addictions, and certain conditions of life that made my spirit weaker. I think that no title can really give you that wisdom that you can, because part of all what I know of health and ontology, psychology, is because of the healing I have. It's because of the pain in my soul, mind, and body that I had to endure while I was obese, with psoriasis, arthritis, depressed, not willing to get out of the bed. And the only will that I had to go was just addiction to games or party or alcohol, those low impulses that made my life hell, dead alive. I felt like a zombie, dead alive. And I got out of that hell by following these little callings. That own hero's journey of like, okay, there's like something, like I just like be wandering around, and I got out thanks to arts, dance, body movement of other people in a party, and I say, okay, these people have special powers. I want to go and learn. And I realized then that the body, when I wanted to make the effort to do something beyond my limitations, started responding. My mind as well, because there was a purpose now. And when I started my spiritual journey through this healing, I learned that there are, as you were just saying when we started, there are some demons that we have to defeat. And that's where this place makes all sense. We are in my training dojo right now, where we are learning martial arts, and this is such an essential part of our development and the well-being that we can have, because we have to have certain spiritual, mental, and physical strength to defeat those demons inside ourselves and in others, because those demons are the ones crippling us, taking our vitality, our life force, our will to improve or be better. And martial arts is beautiful because it will give you the strength and the confidence that you can do. You can face a person, you can learn more about your body and lose the fear of pain, because pain is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. Like in all healing, in all spiritual, psychological, or physical healing, there has to be some pain in order to grow or to heal. even the muscle. I heard once there was a teacher that told me, okay, it's hurting, amazing. That's like, he was talking more matters of the heart, right? It's hurting your heart emotionally. That's why they call it heartbreak. Because literally the heart breaks because it's a muscle, so the fibers separate so it becomes bigger as the muscle. So in order to have a bigger heart, bigger body, or even bigger mind and spirit, we have to go through some of this. And martial arts is something that preserves and is a container that helps you to have that. So I highly recommend that if you are in a journey to get better, some martial arts, like just learning or practicing some martial arts, will give you more confidence, and you will have less problems in general. As well, when I was in the school, in high school, there were the bullies, right? I was new, I moved a lot. I'm from Argentina and I moved a lot of cities, around the cities, and changed schools. So every time I had to get into a new school, I have to build up reputation again. You know that kids are mean, you know, and it's at that time of identification, you just have to know your place. So there they were, the bullies of the school, and they saw my posture, that I knew how to fight. I already was doing 1 year of kickboxing at 15 years old. And the guys that were 17 years old, or like almost 18, they respected me because of my posture, given that they were the bullies, because they knew that I was not an easy prey. So that already is something big for any situation you're in. It's not only about physical health and mental development, but the possibilities of being safer in the world for you and for others. There's like, as well, attraction for women. It serves us because we have a psychobiological role to preserve our children, our woman, our family, and that is attractive because you know that you can trust in someone that knows how to fight, how to protect and even dispel any situation, has an authority to dispel any situation. So those are some of the benefits of martial arts that I want to share, and I'm honored to do it in the dojo with Ernesto, that is the founder and father of this place. So on what I do beyond my spiritual journey, this psychological development I had thanks to dancing art and martial arts, I started healing and discovering that there are many invisible enemies. And as I wrote in one chapter of my second book, the worst enemy is the one we cannot see. The worst enemy is the one that we cannot see. Because you have them always in a blind spot. And I was analyzing that yesterday. There's people that are with the guard here, and sometimes just this guard and the fear of being hurt does not allow you to see, and we have blind spots. So we're not just fighting against the other person, we're fighting against our own fears and ghosts of what could be in those places that we cannot see. So being brave to see what we have will open up the way to prevent anything. And even when we being able to see our situation more properly and facing it will really give us the possibility to do something about it, or even to learn. I realized that, okay, I'm now like more guard free. I'm not fighting so much with the guard. I was watching my videos and it was like, okay, I'm not protecting so much. I'm more like, why might die, that not so much the guard there. And I got very good punches in the nose, but I saw them coming. So I could see why I got them. So I could understand that there's a problem in my movement or my timing, or I could understand that the other is waiting for that strategy, but I could see it. So that's why I prefer, and has been very rewarding, to see and address. To see, that's why I prefer to see in the eyes, to face the issue and not escape from it, because escaping only makes it worse. It's like in how nature works. Like, have you faced a dog, or like if you learn something about nature, it's like when you just start running away from it, wow.
That's part of the experience here.
Yeah. When you just start running away from something, it will start chasing you, because you just declare yourself prey. You declare yourself a victim. And facing it and showing that you will not back off, but that you respect and you don't want trouble, or like you're ready for trouble in case needed, that's how you can converse and really generate peace. That's like in the classes I give, the recent classes I have given, I state that usually we say there's peace or war. Why they match them like that? When we are like out of the agreement, that's what the Latin meaning of the word peace is, pax, paz, pacto, pact. That's peace. When we don't agree, we're the only thing left is to set like a force the limits, to see who will put the limits. So the capacity of peace that we can have, of preservation of that peace, enacting the line defined, has to do with the personal power. Make sense? So building up your power in all this resourcefulness that we can have will make you a peacemaker. And that's the spiritual part of this as well. With nature, when we are running, like if there's some dog, today I was running in the beach and there was like some dogs, I say, okay, I will not run towards you. I will just stop, because I know your role, I respect that you are defending your owner, but I just have to run this way, and they understand. But if someone came, they know that it's like, okay, I'm not just running from you. So nature gets the message, because we're in connection with that. Demons inside people get the message. The demons that we were talking before the conversation, before starting the presentation, there's people, and I work spiritually a lot. I'm mainly Akashic Record channeler and past life integration. We have to have the spiritual power and authority to cast them out, and as well explain them stuff. Because sometimes they mock you and they just tease you, and if you are not strong, they take over. So you can put your demons into place and the demons of others, so you are a harmony and a peacemaker with this praxis of the martial art, the spiritual warrior as well. And as well in relationships. I have a friend that started coming here because he has been overstepped on over and over in his life because he went way too hippie. He went way too hippie, and I also was in a moment vegan and like all the New Age stuff, because when you're in the spirituality and Buddhism and that there's like the distortion of that, the meekness of, oh, okay, if not, they hit me on the other cheek. That's a problem too, because you will cause more mean people, you activate abusive people if you are a weak person. You will generate them by polarity of the universe. So that's why we have to have the balance within us. All martial arts are like looking for that balance between us, inside of us. So, and that's very powerful to understand that while we train martial arts, we will get closer to a peacemaker, be stronger physically, mentally, not be the weakest link, be a harmonizing agent, because we can do something about stuff. We are not just depending on someone to do something or trying to convince others from a place of weakness. Also for even business, negotiations, relationships. Your limits don't get crossed. So those are the benefits of martial arts. And coming into the topic of today on healing. Those who know more about wounds are warriors. We have been, I say we because I have some past lives of warrior that I can remember, and like some people as well can perceive, and like we know when there's a warrior soul. We know when there's someone that has been through some stuff, who has got their dark nights, their battles, their scars, and that's honorable. First of all, when you see the scars in others, that's honorable. You respect someone that has gone through something. The bravery is always rewarded. And then the healing from that. Because some people don't come as they were, and that's the idea. That's the idea of the journey, right? Like, okay, now you learn that certain things hurt. That, for example, if you go just like with the guard without that, that your nose will be harder to breathe some days after. So then we have to learn about healing. And that's what I've learned. Like my battles, my struggles were about that. So I identified invisible enemies, that they were the worst enemies we can have. What was generating myself arthritis, autoimmune, incurable, psoriatic arthritis? What was that? I changed my food, my nutrition. There's always in the ninjas, there were some specializations. Through millennia, in the ninjas, there were some specializations in poisons. That was a form of war as well. So, when I realized I was being poisoned, and it's not just that my body is betraying me, as the doctors were telling, like, oh, it's just some random thing that your body's working not well. Oh, life, you're just not handling stress properly. No, I was being poisoned with the food. So I changed my diet. Arthritis went away. Then I started moving. I started doing more exercise, getting better habits. The overweight went away. I changed the demons that I had around. The enemies that were invisible were friends that were inviting me to go party, eat, be lazy, like just let's go drink a Coke. Those are demons disguised as people. Those are enemies. They are not friends. So you start understanding how the world goes. So you change and get into a better strata. That's a better strategy for life. The strategy is to be in a better position in life. That's why we plan. That's why we think. That's why in the Akashic Records we see the plan of our life, of our soul, like an overview, so we just can get into a better place in life. And that's what I did. I got an Akashic Record opening, spiritual awakening. Okay, these are my challenges. These are my powers. This is part of the hints for your road. I went there and my life got better, and I just was geared up to face the challenges I had, and I had to rest and I had to regenerate and understand that my soul was tired from so many wars and traumatized. Our souls can be traumatized from wars of the past. I mean, my first awakening was that realization, hey, just like your soul is tired and traumatized. That's why you just didn't want to wake up from the bed. That's why you had depression. So that's how you listen deeper to the subconscious generating a depression. Your soul is telling you a message that wants to rest. So when you start doing it properly, you suddenly match and have again the power of your soul with your body. And both work together, and I have like highest levels of energy ever. I want to wake up every day, love what I do, where I am, what life opens up to me, I love it. It's like my spirit is opening up every day with gifts and inspiration and willingness to train, take sunlight, to come and fight. And that's what I intend for people to reconnect with. That's why I do the spiritual work. The metaphysical work is as important as the physical. The physical is key because it's the anchor that will allow all the spiritual experiences, and the spiritual power will enhance the physical. So now when I see with the studies, with the health studies of the machines, now after so much spiritual work, now I had to work in the physical body. That's why I became health coach, and like even had deeper protocols to clear all the toxicity and the poison my body has been having for so many years. And I could see with these machines that there was some work to do. There were some more things that could improve. There's always a way to even get better. We don't have an idea, we don't fathom the potential of the humans. The human potential is huge comparison to what we're experiencing today. When I was with my teacher of the quantum machines and the biofeedback, and he was explaining me that the professional athletes train 6 hours a day, and that's normal for the body. Like intense exercise, professional football players have their cardiovascular system perfectly. Because we are built to do that. So now we just have to cope with some cardio of 1 hour, half an hour, 20 minutes, but we are built to do 6 to 8 hours exercise a day. We just have to understand that it's possible if we have the proper nutrition and cycles of life that also has been stolen from us. So I said, okay, let's help us get to that divine potential. And I started embodying that. I am at my fastest, my strongest, my healthiest and highest energy levels. I wake up at 5 a.m. and now I'm giving in the night a talk, the highest energy, even like I have a full-on battery. And that's possible. Most people are being sabotaged, and that's what I see. They are dehydrated, inflamed, they are overexcited, their nerves are burnt out. Like, I see all of that in the machines. And I realize we're being poisoned. It's on purpose. Our daily habits, the demons that people are having attached and crippling them, the parasites, the physical and the astral parasites that people have. So we are in a war. We are in war, and we need warriors. That's why I came to this dojo where there are warriors, because we need to awaken more conscious warriors, spiritual and physical warriors. We really need them, because it's not only how these big entities, big pharma, big food, are taking over our lives, big government. We're going to need some balls. We're going to need some, hey, this is enough. That's basic. That's what makes any contract, any social agreement, any peacemaking work. So that's the calling I had for this conversation, this presentation. I would like to talk more with you guys. And something else that I want to address before we upload this is there are some invisible enemies that we really need to be aware of. Not only the quality of the food, the habits, the input we are giving into our minds. There's as well the EMF. There's radiation, and that's a big problem in these times. I have seen so many people with very high electromagnetic loads in their bodies. So they think they are ADHD, that they cannot focus, that they have low memory, foggy brain. And that happens a lot with inflammation because of the inflammation of what they're eating, and as well because of the radiation they are exposed to. Cell phones, tablets, Wi-Fi, antennas, all of that is affecting and cutting the brain waves and not allowing us to rest and regenerate properly. So, well, I have found different solutions for different places. The best here in tropical and more warm places is this quantum card that is more like an Aikido approach. It's like an Aikido approach because when we're trying to block everything, as I was saying, when we're trying to block everything, there are things that if we have them on ourselves, we cannot protect ourselves from ourselves. Like the worst enemy, the second worst enemy is ourselves. Like if we are against us, there's no chances of winning. So we, using unconsciously the devices, the Wi-Fi's and all of that, is not allowing us to rest, regenerate, think clearly. So this uses an Aikido principle that is not blocking. That's not the idea, because it's impossible to block, especially in a city. So it circulates. It's like a Tesla coil that is constantly circulating and amplifying your energy with one of the micro minerals that also helps in the absorption. A lot of the people I see are not absorbing the minerals or the vitamins they're taking in. And this helps with absorption because we resound, we match the resonance. So we're telling, yes, this is a good place to stay. That's like, it's incredible how these technologies, even when you see the machines that in 1 minute you can get a whole 120 pages report of all your health situation. This our technology can help you with the absorption of the minerals, the overall strength of the nerves, the discharge of the electromagnetic load, and these technologies are available for us. These are the shields and the weapons and the tools we are being given to win this war. So I want to bring hope on that and to encourage us to see within, like if we are feeling some weakness or not at our best, let's address that issue. Let's check with the machine. Let's do a clinical study if you don't have the possibility of your P, your vitamins, because sometimes you are just overworking your systems trying to absorb something that it doesn't work. So sometimes it's better to do some little changes that will save you health, energy in the body, a lot of money because of the doctor's appointment, consultations and supplements. So I want strong, resourceful warriors around. That's why I'm doing this. So I hope this message comes through. Thank you for listening to me. I will be serving with past life integrations, that's part of the metaphysical solutions we can have. Just to share one story of that resource. Last year, 1 year and 1 month ago, I was crippled, crawling in the floor with disc hernia. Disc hernia is of the most painful things I could experience. Like, just the body was numb for even many days after it, because there was so much pain that it turned off the feelers. I did everything to recover all what I knew, and there was no physical reason for me to have it. Just to clarify, there was no reason for me to have this hernia. I was training, swimming, eating well, yoga every day, massages. No physical reason for me to have this hernia. It was metaphysical. I go and do a past life integration with my teacher. Boom! I suddenly see a bear. Like, it's not something that they were telling me. I just see the bear fighting me, and then I realize, okay, what do I do with this bear? Okay, I'm a bear too. So you start discovering that it's like, okay, what's happening? I'm just fighting this bear, but he's not male. It was a female bear not allowing me to see my calf. The same situation that was happening in my life. And when we were locked in the fight, suck, an arrow from a hunter comes here in the back and does not allow me to walk, and then everybody gets killed. So that was the lesson that triggered the calling from the soul. Hey, listen. And we can resolve these things that are recurrent. And I never, like, when I solve it really from the metaphysical, the soul level, never again I had this hernia. So that's why I offer that, because it's so powerful. And the physical, having a health scan, having these tools, having health coaching. So yeah, you can get an assessment with me, and I will support you in every way I can, from ontology, Akashic Records, from health coaching. So that's the invitation. Thank you, thank you, thank you.